All right, so I'm going to tell you all a little bit about myself. My name is Chris, and I identify as trisexual. I try to be sexual. Unfortunately, my wife is a dry-sexual. Kind of hard for me to get into that. Us trisexuals, we actually have our own flag. It's just a bunch of frowny faces with some blue balls in the middle. See what else about me. I used to bite my fingernails. My dad put a stop to that, though. He said, "Boy, next time I catch you biting them fingers, I'm going to stick them in dog shit." He did, too. And it worked. I haven't bitten him since then. I did feel bad for the dog, though. He cried the whole time my hand was up his ass. Probably should have taken off my class ring first. So I'm actually a substitute teacher. That's my day job. It's a hard job, too. These kids are out of control, and that's because you can't beat them anymore. So I've come up with my own way to get back at the ones that piss me off. Like right before recess, I'll tell them, "All right, we're about to have a little spelling test, and here's how it works. I give you a word to spell. If you spell it correctly, you get to go outside for recess. If you spell it wrong, you spend recess in the office." Let's start over here with Skylar. Skylar, spell dog. Skylar's like D-O-G. Good job, Skylar. Get in line. Next, we'll go with Calvin. Calvin, spell cat. Calvin's like, "That's easy. C-A-T. All right, Calvin, go line up. Next, we come to Steven, the little asshole. Like, oh, look whose turn it is next. Steven. Steven, spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. Steven's like, "What?" Man, Steven hates me. That's okay, because I hate him too. One thing that helps me with classroom management is positive reinforcement. You know, giving the kids praise when they do a good job. Yeah, I'll walk around the room, I'll be like, "Oh, I like how Billy is raising his hand," and "Oh, I like how Susie's coloring inside the lines." You know, it gives the other kids incentive to do better. This actually works so well that I've started doing this in other areas of my life. Like last weekend, I hosted an orgy. Oh, I was all over that living room. I was like, "Oh, I like how Tina is tonguing the butthole. Oh, look how Lucy has a cock in each hand. Good job, Lucy." Of course, you always got your slackers. Be like, "I don't know, Paul. We're 10 minutes in and Becky's pants are still on. That pussy's not going to eat itself, buddy." So I read that people are waiting longer to get married, which I think is good. I think you can get married too young. I had a friend, he got married when he was 18. Messed him up. He started blinking a lot. Yeah, him and his wife would come over to visit. They'd sit down on the couch. My friend would be like, I thought it was a nervous tick. Years later, I found out it was Morse code. He was saying, "Help me. This bitch is crazy." None of us ever caught on to it, though. Poor guy. Shit. So I have a hard time with commitment, especially when it comes to jobs. That's why I rarely stay at one job for longer than 5 or 6 minutes. It blows my mind when I hear about these people that have worked at one job their whole life. Like, I saw how this 68-year-old man worked at one burger joint for 50 years. Can you imagine the monotony? Be like, meat, cheese, pickle, lettuce. Meat, cheese, pickle, lettuce. Meat, cheese, pickle, lettuce. Thanks for coming out. I'm Chris Reed.